Hello everyone, my name is Reen and I'm doing a presentation on Bimbisara. Let's dig in. Who was Bimbisara? Bimbisara was one of the early kings of the Indian kingdom of Magadha, and he was born in the year 543 and died in the year 491 BCE. He is well known for his expansion of the kingdom of Magadha and his annexation of the kingdom of Agna, which is considered to have laid the foundations for the Mauryan Empire. Bimbisara was an influential king of the Magadha kingdom in ancient India, known for his significant role in the early life of Buddha, also known as Siddhartha Gautama, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, and his spread of Buddhism and Jainism, which Bimbisara followed. He was also known for his political and religious actions, such as offering support and protection to Buddha during his teachings, providing a stable learning environment for Buddha and his followers, while also making it welcoming to all religions. And he ruled over Magadha, which was the central port for communication and trade, because it was on the Ganges River, allowing for Buddhism to be spread through words. Events in Bimbisara's life. Bimbisara's life was one that was kind of pushed into power really quickly. He ended up becoming a king at the age of 15, due to something happening to his father, and his father was already waging a war against King Brahmadatta, who was the king of Anga, and this caused Bimbisara to seek revenge on the king, and he had the military force to take down Anga, so he did, and later established his own son as the governor. I would say his name, but I'm unsure that I'll pronounce it right. He secured an alliance from the Koshla kingdom after establishing a marriage alliance to the king Prasajita's sister, which earned him the city of Kashi as dowry. Kashi is known as one of the holiest places in Hinduism and kind of makes a way for Bimbisara to not only have these cities and kingdoms that he's taken from force, but now he's taking them from alliances. So he's doing a mix of both to essentially establish the land and the kingdoms he wants to add to Magadha and expand his territory. He also married the Lavachi princess Shalena, daughter of one of their kings, Shitaka, from the powerful confederation of the Virgis. She was the mother of his son, and it is said he had about 6 wives, but I am quite unsure if that's the exact answer. Bimbisara was also well known for establishing a government with a chain of command that allowed for proper taxation and collection. He had many different areas to rule over, so he selected a headman for each village and kind of communicated with them, making a military, judicial, and executive kind of office and officials to help lead this administration, and this paved the way for Magadha to be different than Old India. He also fought against King Pradoda for Awadhi, but neither of them kind of gave it up and eventually came to a stalemate, which later led to their friendship, as rumors say. I would like to briefly go over the kingdom of Magadha. It was a kingdom that supported multiple religions, very welcoming, and it typically looked down on the high caste Hindu Brahmins due to the differences in ideas versus the northern parts of India at the time. Not like last week where we learned about the more modern and open-mindedness of Hinduism. This was at the time that Hinduism was more strict in their ways and closed off. While Bimbisara ruled, it is noted that he was a huge supporter and follower of Buddha, but welcomed any religion and supported them, and he himself followed Buddhism and Jainism. Religious significance. Bimbisara opened his arms to Buddha and the Buddhist practice by providing an environment for its teaching. Although he supported and followed Buddhism, he welcomed any religion that made it to Magadha. He contributed spiritually and financially to the Buddhist teachings and religion. For reference, why Buddha is important to Bimbisara, Buddha spent 7 weeks in Magadha after his enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. Buddha freed himself from distractions and worldly thoughts to achieve enlightenment, and this fascinated Bimbisara. From this enlightenment, Buddha achieved knowledge of the karmas and his past lives and the 4 noble truths. Additionally, Bimbisara was said to have supported the monks of all religions who came to him. He also supported religions by making services free in his kingdoms for ascetics and monks. And I do have a paragraph down below in this slide. Feel free to pause to read it. It's from the World History Encyclopedia, but I am going to summarize it here. His son did not follow the teachings of Buddha as his father did, and ended up committing patricide, which is killing one's parent in order to achieve the throne, because he was convinced by Buddha's evil cousin to do so, or as the legend says, and later goes to worship Buddha after the crime is committed and kind of follow in his father's footsteps. But that is one way that it is said Bimbisara died. There are many other legends to how he died. Understanding. Bimbisara had quite the eventful life. Starting his reign at 15, his actions started to gain and grow the kingdom of Magadha to tell us how devoted he was to his pride, people, and religion. The conquering and alliances of other kingdoms and cities helped not only create his own wealth and develop his own wealth, but helped contribute to the spaces where religions such as Buddhism and Jainism could grow. As Bimbisara created spaces where people could come and gather to learn from Buddha himself. His support in Buddha's early stages not only laid the ground for religious growth, but set a precedent for its teachings and understandings, as it was a non-exclusive religion. Additionally, Bimbisara was conveniently ruling during the time of India's religious questionings and change, when the Vedic was being questioned, so to say, and allowing for Buddhism to be introduced as more as a welcoming religion. And lastly, his death signifies and reinforces the Buddhist idea that power and wealth don't protect from suffering, and liberation lies elsewhere. Essentially, his wealth and everything came to bite him in the butt through his own family. But that is my short slide on Bimbisara. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.